All right, in this video, we're going to go over a 4-week functional training workout plan specifically for firefighters. So we know that you guys work 24 hours on and you're off for 48 hours. You got to understand that 24 hours is like 3 working days for a normal person. So when you're coming off shift, you can't work out like a normal person. You have to work out like a guy or a girl who's been working for 24 hours. Now, I know you're not always going to work 24 hours, but based on what I remember, a lot of nights you're working up to 20 hours, up to 18 hours, and that's still a lot. It's a lot of stress on the body. And our goal with this program and these workouts is to reduce stress, lose fat, which is going to reduce inflammation, lower injury risk, lower disease risk, and build muscle, because the more muscle you have, the less fat you have, and the better your body processes sugar. So we want to build muscle. We want to make sure that we're working out in a way that doesn't overstress our bodies. And I figured this out when I was a firefighter, and I would get off a shift and I would go train jiu-jitsu or kickboxing. And even if I had a bad shift, I would still go train, and that would put me in a high heart rate, that would put me in fight or flight, and that would increase my stress. After doing this same process for 6-7 years, along with, being a dad, being a husband, being in your 30s, going out, drinking, and not eating great, I destroyed my body. So I built this workout program with that in mind, because you still need to work out, but you also don't want to overdo it, okay? This workout split is set in an upper body coming off shift and lower body before shift, because lower body workouts are more taxing. So if we're going to do a workout after a long shift, we want it to be an upper body workout. And then every time you're on shift, we're not going to work out, but we are going to move, because movement is king when it comes to weight loss and being healthy. Working out 1 hour a day is not going to make up for sitting down for 23 hours. And I know you guys don't sit all day, but my point is we want to move a lot. So on days that we work, our goal is going to be 60 minutes of low intensity, steady state movement. Basically walking. Most stations are going to have a treadmill. You can go out and walk. You're going to do a lot of walking most of the time when you're on the job. So we want to shoot for 60 minutes or 10 to 14,000 steps when we're on shift. We don't want to work out on shift because we want to save our energy as much as possible. Now, a unique thing about this workout program is that during your CR week, because you're getting more sleep, you're home more, you're going to see increased volume and intensity for those 5 days. There will be a rest day within that, but for 4 of those 5 days, you're going to see increased volume. So as you can see here, week 1, I'm going to start this after a shift. So it's upper body coming off of shift. You're going to warm up for 5 to 10 minutes, and your strength training will be dumbbell bench for 3 sets, 12 reps, bent over rows. Those 2 movements complement each other. They work the chest, shoulders, and triceps, and the dumbbell bent over rows work the back and the biceps. So we want to be pairing up movements that are going to complement each other. You get more bang for your buck that way. Dumbbell shoulder press, bicep curl, tricep dips. As you can see here, we have 12 reps, we have 15 reps. When you see higher reps, you want to go with lighter weight. When you see isolated movements like a bicep curl or a tricep press down, you're going to use lighter weight and do more reps because you want to save your joints. Core workout, planking, 30 to 60 seconds, Russian twists, 20 reps, then a cool down of 5 to 10 minutes of stretching or some of the breath work that we do. Your recovery starts the minute the workout is done. When you're working out, you're in fight or flight. You're breathing heavy. These workouts are not too tough. There's not a lot of conditioning in them. There's not a lot of cardio. So you're not going to be breathing too heavy. But what we want to do is shift our body from fight or flight to rest and digest so we can begin recovery as soon as possible. Now, should you do this workout if you've had 4 calls after midnight? Not in the morning. Go home, go to sleep. Anytime you have more than 1 or 2 calls after midnight or you get less than 6 hours sleep total, you want to make sure you're going home and getting to sleep first, because you don't want to build up more sleep debt, okay? Now, the next day, you've slept at home, you're on pre-shift now. We're going to do simple squats, 3 sets of 12, walking lunges, Romanian deadlifts, calf raises, and another core workout with another cool down. Remember, don't skip the cool down. A lot of people want to just go into the gym. They don't warm up correctly. Make sure you warm up correctly. They rush through their workout, and then they don't do a cool down. And they go right back into their everyday life where they're dealing with relationship stress, bills, they're dealing with traffic, they're dealing with family stuff, and that keeps us in a stressed out state. As firefighters, we are forced to be in stressed out states more than other people, so we have to work on it proactively. And you're going to hear that over and over again because that is what's going to help you retire healthy. That's lowering your stress. Day 3, 60 minutes, low intensity, steady state. So think walking, think the elliptical, think the bike, but nothing over, your heart rate should not go over 100 beats per minute. Now, will we begin to include more conditioning workouts in the future? For sure. This is basically a general plan that anybody can follow. You can change the reps, you can change the workouts, but the idea is understanding how to work out when you're coming off shift, how to work out when you're on shift, and also how to work out when you're on your CR week, right? So you got day 4, which is going to be another upper body, and then day 5 is going to be another variation lower body. These are not the exact same movements, they're variations of each other. That's one going to keep our minds from getting bored, but we want to do similar movements because that's how you get results. Repetition is the mother of skill. You're not going to get better at or stronger if you're doing different movements all the time. They did a study where they followed 2 groups of 5 guys, and these were like college age guys. One group did the same workout for 6 weeks, but they changed the rep range. So say they started at 10, then they did 12, they did 15, then they went back to 10, but they progressively increased their weight. The other group kept their rep scheme the same, but they changed workouts every week. You can probably guess who got better results. The guys that did the same shit every week. If you want to get good at something, you got to do it a lot. So that's why you're going to see similar movement patterns. There's going to be some variations, but you want these patterns to be the same so you can get results. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to build the body you want within 4 weeks. But if you can repeat this program 3 times in a 3-month period, do it for 12 weeks, I guarantee you your body will change. I've been coaching people for 20 years, and this is how I get results with people. Everybody from older athletes to professional athletes that fight in the UFC. So the same principles are applied. You're repeating movements, you're lowering stress, and you're proactively recovering. Okay? Week 2, same thing. Coming off shift. You see for your shift, you got 60 minutes of brisk walking, cycling. Again, we got an upper lower split. We got on shift, low intensity steady state. Then we're back on upper body, lower body. Now we're 2 weeks in here. Day 13, you got an upper body workout. Day 14, I'm going to give you an active rest. So I want you to go on a long cardio session. I encourage you to take yoga. Okay, yoga does a lot of things. Yoga works on your flexibility, works on your mobility, and it also allows you to improve your stress levels by doing breath work, because when you're moving through yoga, you are breathing with the postures, and that slows everything down. And then you don't have to do it at home. You get a nice long session, and it really chills you out. And most yoga classes will have some meditation, which also further lowers stress. So I advocate for yoga in a big way. I try to do 1 to 2 classes a week. I definitely do 1 a week. I shoot for 2, and I do a breathwork class. And then I'll do a little bits of breathwork and yoga and meditation throughout the week, especially when I feel stress building. But I always get at least 1 60-minute session per week. And the reason we're taking this active rest that day is because now you're on your CR week. Now we're going hard, okay? As you can see, we've moved up to 4 sets. The reps have dropped. So now you're doing heavier loads. If you see lower reps, that means higher weight, okay? Same thing with the hard lower body. Day 17, like I said, you want to do your low intensity steady state. Honestly, you can do low intensity steady state every single day. I try to get 10 to 14,000 steps a day. I rarely fall under 10,000, but I have to make it a point to do it. I have to focus on doing it. I have to build my life in a way where I know I'm going to get my steps. And this helps me stay at 10% body fat. I don't diet. I eat the way I tell you guys to eat. I work out the way I tell you guys to work out. So I know it works. Now you're back on your hard upper body day and your hard lower body day, back to back. Now you're into week 4. You're going to rest. You're going to do a little bit of, before you go, when you're on shift, you're going to rest actively. Like I said, low intensity, steady state. Throw on a YouTube yoga video if you want. Invite the boys to do some yoga. That'll get a good laugh. Day 21, upper body, you're off shift. So again, we're lowering the intensity. I would advocate for you guys to do these coming off shift workouts towards the afternoon, maybe like 12, 1 and later on. And then if you can, on these pre-shift workouts, get them done early because you're doing opposite body parts. So you're not going to screw yourself up, and you're going to have more time to recover coming off shift and more time to recover moving on to shift. Day 23, low intensity, steady state. Day 24, you're back on it again. Similar movement patterns. We're building muscle. We're building repetition. We're getting good at what we're doing. We're improving joint health. That's a big one. All these movements are functional. They're compound movements. They're multi-joint. Very few are isolated joint movements. And some are because you got to work some isolation in order to work on like your arms and stuff. But we want to work these big patterns. We want to work these compound movements, and we want our joints to be as healthy as our muscles because our joints are going to go before our muscles. So we want to make sure we're properly loading them over time so that we strengthen them. And then finally, you got day 27 coming off shift, upper body, and then you got your pre-shift lower body, right? So alternating between upper and body lower workouts with sufficient rest and incorporating LISS Cardio on shift days ensures that you, the firefighter, maintains your fitness without overtraining. Overtraining can be done easily when you're training too often at a high heart rate. I know a lot of you guys like CrossFit. I own a CrossFit, so I can tell you from experience that training at a high heart rate every single day means that you're not training hard at all. You should only be training hard once or twice a week and really going hard. And then you should be training moderately the rest of the time and even light. You need to vary your intensities so you can continue to adapt and continue to live healthy even with irregular schedules. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This workout will be put down below. I also do personalized workout plans for guys if you guys want to take it to the next level and get your workouts sent to you based upon your goals, your equipment available, your shift schedule, and your life. All you got to do is send me a direct message in the school community and I'll let you know exactly how to get started. Either way, this is a great workout plan. You could follow this every 12 weeks. You never want to go 12 weeks without taking a whole week off. And when I say off, I just mean no heavy lifting. I still want you moving. You want to move every single day. And I'll see you guys on the next one.